Right. This is about Black Lives Matter. Right now there's a big issue on, this Black Lives Matter. People are commenting on it and everything. This is my opinion about it, and some people may like it, some people may not. But the only way Black Lives Matter is for Black lives to change. You know, a lot of things are going on with the police, but we're not looking at ourselves as people. You know, the one way I think the police brutality against blacks is going to stop is we stop having crime in our neighborhoods. The less crime we have in our neighborhoods, then the less the police are going to be in our neighborhoods. I live in Plano, Texas, and in Plano, Texas, I can see a police officer probably one an hour. If I go to South Dallas, I see 4 police officers in 5 minutes. That's the difference. Is that because there's so much crime rate going on. You know, if we decrease the crime rate, then you'll have less police in your neighborhood. So that's one way. We got to decrease the crime, to decrease that crime rate. You know, because the more crime you have, the more police you're going to have. The more you're going to be in the police's face. So the more we get that crime rate down, the less we will be surrounded by police. You know, that's the way. You know, what we got to do as the black people, somebody got to stand up in the black community and say, hey, listen, I'm tired of people selling drugs. I'm tired of gang violence. I'm tired of the robberies. You know what I mean? We got to stop it ourselves. Because if we don't stop it ourselves, then who cares? You know what I mean? Have you ever heard the comment, black people kill black people all the time? You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me? That means, why should we care since you guys kill each other all the time? Why? And why should they? Why should other people care when black people kill black people all the time? You know what I mean? It's crazy. We want people to care, but we ain't caring about the boy next door that killed the boy next door. You know, we got to stop that. We got to start caring about our own people before we start caring about other people caring about us. You know, why should they care about black people when black people aren't caring about black people? You know, and that's the truth. You know, we got to take a look at ourselves. You know what I mean? First, we gotta change this drug activity going on. You know what I mean? And the second, man, the black on black crime got to stop. The black killing, you know what I mean? Until all that stops, then people will start caring about black lives. People, you know what I mean? What we got to do as parents, we got to make sure our kids go to school. We got to make sure our neighbors' kids go to school. We got to make sure our kids pick up their pens. You see your kids sagging their pants, you should slap them in the face. That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? We got to start caring about our kids' education. My grandma made sure I went to the big bookmobile every week and got me a book. My grandma put up math tests for me at home. We got to educate our kids at home. You know, because teachers, they're human beings. They get tired, they get lazy, they get frustrated, so they're not going to give your kids 100%. So we got to, as people, teach our kids ourselves. And that's black, white, who I don't care. You know what I mean? You got to teach your kids yourselves. But black people, we got to change. And another thing, let's go for the Spanish people too. We, blacks and Spanish people, live in the same neighborhood. If Spanish people don't change, it's the police brutality against all minorities will not stop us. With Spanish and blacks are in this together because they live together. So both races got to change. You know, they both got to change. We both got to look at ourselves in the mirror and see what's going on. We got to quit blaming other people for what's going on in the neighborhoods. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse you can get a job. Go, you know what I mean? What's wrong with us? We want to start from the top and not from the bottom. Sometimes you gotta start from the bottom to get your way to the top. We want to start from the top. You know what I mean? I want this. No, start from the bottom, work your way to the top. You know what I mean? And that's how you're gonna get there. You know what I mean? That's when people will respect Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? To me, all lives matter. You know what I mean? I believe in God. I believe in Christ. I believe that Jesus died for me. You know what I mean? To show me the way. You know what I mean? I believe that God don't see color, so why should I? You know, but that's gonna have to be one of the things we need to do. Somebody got to stand up in the black community and say, listen, I'm tired of the gang violence. I'm tired of the drugs being sold. I'm tired of all you kids just disrespecting your elders. You know, somebody got to stand up first in the black community before anybody else stands up in the black community. You know what I mean? That's, to me, where black lives are going to matter. You know, we got to stand up for ourselves. We got to change ourselves. We can't wait for a new president. It's not going to take a Democratic president. It's not going to take a Republican. It's not the president. It's the people. You know what I mean? It's the people. The people. You know what I mean? We got to take a look at ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to take a look at our children. We got to make sure our children get educated on life and on these books, so that way they can be somebody and grow up to be productive citizens. You don't want your kids being a thug out there on the street. It's the last thing I want for my kids. But you know what I mean? This is just my opinion on Black Lives Matter. To me, all lives matter. I love all people. You know, I'm colorblind to the fact of all human race. I hope somebody hears this and gets the message. I hope all communities change that are stuck in poverty, stuck in this hellhole world. You know, change. It comes from itself. You know, it comes from yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror before you look at somebody else, and then change yourself. God bless everybody. I love you. Thank you. Bye.